the reason the British monarchy has survived and prospered when other European monarchies has failed is they are utterly ruthless, and their absolute goal is you have to have the spotlight on the monarch and the heir, and anybody else who comes into the picture and takes too much of the oxygen or too much of the limelight, you see is pushed out. We saw it with Diana, we saw it with Fergie, we've seen it with Harry and Meghan. They were too threatening as a unit to Kate and William. The tide turned, and I believe, Harry, that was instigated from within the palace. And you cannot fight the palace narrative. Nothing is leaked without the nod from the principals. For example, the Tightgate story. What's interesting is nobody came out from the palace and backed Meghan's story, and yet they came out and they backed Kate's story. There is definitely no question in the British press an absolute movement to discredit Harry and Meghan and the need to bolster William and Kate, and they have to be sanctified in the press, and they are these saints. I really do feel that Harry was absolutely on the money when he said we had to leave, because once this tsunami of bad press comes against you, it is very, very difficult to rise above that. She is being discredited by the establishment. She is being discredited by the broadsheet press in this country. She hasn't really been given a chance, and it became so toxic for them. I think that they could not access the truth. Harry absolutely knew that, the palace were leaking stories about them, that the narrative had to be, to discredit them in order to refocus the spotlight on William and Kate, that there was an envy after their successful foreign tours. They had star quality as a couple, just as Diana did.
I promise, and even it's been a weird these past few months, knowing out.
Meghan's commercial success is having a positive effect on the royal family, spawning healthy competition. The king can hardly object, given that his estate has made thousands of pounds from selling jam and wine long before the Duchess started.
Charles has been flogging overpriced duchy gear for years, and people say, "Oh, isn't that lovely?" It's wrong when it's them, but it's right when it's the other royals. Now that's just unfair.
When you look on at particularly the Highgrove shop, when Meghan released her jam, you had the Highgrove Instagram account and the royal family Instagram account suddenly posting about their jam. Good for them. Why not? But let's realize where that is coming from, and that is the Meghan effect.
Some experts believe that Meghan's activities are hugely useful to the royal family. While Meghan shows no immediate signs of returning to the UK, her influence on the royal family will be long-lasting because of her children, Archie and Lilibet.
On her side, they're descended from enslaved Africans. On his side, they're descended from everyone. Royal, they're two of the most extraordinary people in history by birth. And Meghan must bring them up to understand this about themselves. And I think that's her biggest contribution, is her kids.
Meghan's effect on the royal family has been startling and transformative.
Meghan Markle came into the royal family as someone who was already ambitious, who was financially independent, who knew what she wanted out of life. The royal family likes people that can be molded into what they want them to be. And so she has been the ultimate disruptor. As someone who wanted to still do good within the royal family, but do it their way.
What we're seeing now is a much more open royal family than we've ever seen in the past. Much more in that zone of, tell me your story. I really do want to listen, rather than a flyby.
While Meghan modernized the royals, the Windsors may breathe easier while she focuses on building her brand. But one thing is clear: the Duchess of Sussex is far from finished.
I think her legacy, in many ways, will be a positive one, in that the institution has been forced to change for the better.
William and Catherine should be thanking Harry and Meghan.
Sharon is in London. Sharon, are you a Netflix subscriber? Are you going to be finding out how you're going to do your Christmas from Meghan this year?
Of course I will. I watch all her series, and she's working hard for her. She's working to support herself. She's not getting free money from the taxpayer and billions like all the others doing nothing.
Why should she? She's not living in this country.
As for you and all the others who hate this woman from the first day...
Don't hate her.
You do hate her, all of you.
Calm down, Sharon. I don't hate her.
You've got nothing to say about her. Whatever she does to make a living, you all complain about her. You're all racist and horrible.
Oh, there you go. There's the truth.
Everything she wears, everything she does, all of you have to complain about her. You've never got anything good to say about her. So I love her. She's great, and I'll watch all her series, and I hope she gets many more series, and all these horrible people like that woman on the show today. They just have nothing good to say about this woman. Go and support all the other royals and give them all your taxpayer money, millions. They've got billions, and you're all still supporting them and giving them millions every year. All right, and this woman is trying to make a living, and all you've got to say every day is horrible things about everything. From the first day she comments, from the first day she was
not true.
Sharon, are you going to do
from the first day you've all hated her because she's straight and she's not a white person. You don't do that to any of the other royals, so just shut up and leave the woman alone to make a living. You're making a living doing what you want to do. She's making a living. Nobody's support giving her money. So just leave her alone. I'm sick of you people every single day.
Okay, Sharon, thank you for making those points. I'm going to give you a chance to come back there, Carol, because you just called me a racist.
You should just call me a racist. Yeah, but that's just so typical. Like, you know, it's like if you criticise someone and they happen to have a skin that's black or brown, you have to be racist. You can't criticise them on the basis of what they do. I don't know why she's in love with somebody who actually has sold out the royal family, who has made the millions that she's talked about on the backs of the family and by hurting and talking and telling actually lies about it. She called the royals racist too, remember? Meghan called them racist, as did Harry. So if we're talking about racist accusations, there you go. But that was a rant. That's not sensible. That's someone who says, I love her and I hate all the rest of the royals.
That might be somebody that's expressing real discontent about the royal family.
Well, she's not expressing it in a very good way.
The way the royal family have been making their money over the years,
she might,
we have little choice over.
She might well be doing that, but she didn't do that there. She called me a racist and she was screaming and shouting, calling us horrible. That is not the way to make your argument.
Okay, well, listen, we are going to have to leave it there. And before we go...
Hey, look! Our very own billionaire, King Charles, billionaire, who's exempt from so many taxes, inheritance tax. His profits from the duchies of Cornwall and Lancaster are exempt from capital gains tax and corporation tax. And by the way, they profit from the NHS, and army and cancer charities. But Sarah Vine from the Daily Mail, who called me a bottom feeder once, she wants to talk about Meghan Sussex, her new holiday show on Netflix, how her hair's wrong, her eyeshadow's wrong, she doesn't let the king see the grandkids, lies. And she hasn't really talked about Prince Andrew and his scandal with pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. It's pretty bizarre, isn't it? No criticism of William, no criticism of Charles, no criticism of any of them profiting from this country while 4 million children live in poverty. But their target is Meghan Sussex. Wild.
Truth in that, in the sense that the palace in particular was very keen to make sure that the heir to the throne was protected and Harry could be sacrificed if necessary. And actually, when I was working, I shouldn't give the name of the paper, but I was doing a piece for one of the Nationals, writing a piece. And I was told, because I'm quite critical of the monarchy in many ways, I was told I could say what I wanted about Harry and Meghan, but I had to lay off William and Kate. That was the instruction from the editor. So I think there was an element of truth in what he says.
I should mention the story on the front page of the Mail today, which is all about this poor guy, Meghan's father. I say poor guy because they've obviously not had much contact. Thomas Markle, and apparently very unwell, in intensive care in the Philippines, has been estranged from the couple since their marriage in 2018. Did he come to the wedding or not? I can't remember, actually.
No, he was not.
I think he was ill.
Why is that front page news? What is wrong with us in this country?
What is he doing in the
Philippines?
Philippines?
Are we interested in him? I don't know.
I'm interested in why he's in the Philippines. Has he moved there?
Well, no, he's got connections there, I think, and it's cheaper.
I wish the front pages were dedicated to stuff that actually matters to people and not the stuff that you're being told to be angry.
Also, who told the newspaper? Has he sold that story too?
Is he trying to make money? The way journalism works is they put on their front page things that will make people read the article. There's no, they're not doing this for fun. So they're doing this because they think that is more interesting to people than the price of bread.
But it's also because, let's be honest, who owns our newspapers, Jeremy?
No.
Who owns our newspapers?
That's not why it is.
Yes, it is. They want to sell newspapers, absolutely, but they also want to, control national discourse. They trade in a currency of fear and hate, and people love to vilify Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle is on the Daily Mail website. Is something that always gets high volumes.
Yeah, but that supports.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Marina's point. So that's what the people want. They're giving the people.
Yeah, but that's because they put a target on her back, and it's like someone for them all to just coalesce and hate around.
See, I think with the Harry thing, just before we move on, I saw one of the websites saying he was booed for his reference to Trump, which suggests that Harry has been rude about Trump and Americans don't like it. That's not how I take that clip. I think they boo the name of Trump because they support Colbert, who's got the sack.
Yeah, agree.
So I was able to check out my cart, and then when I came back, the milk chocolate bar was gone, and the dark chocolate is gone. You know what I'm actually kind of surprised at? I would think the white chocolate would be gone first, because how many of you are really, I didn't know there were that many dark chocolate eaters out there. I definitely loaded up on this one. I love dark chocolate with sea salt, so that was a no-brainer. But this one I am super excited about. This is so cute. But for real? Huh. She's going to be sold out soon too, but I am actually shocked that the dark chocolate sold out first. So yeah, I got mine though. I got everything I wanted. Thanks, Meghan.
We are coming up on the 3-year anniversary of Harry and Meghan's documentary. I want to take you back and revisit a certain point in the documentary. And what is not mentioned, that provides a lot of clarity.
People are still scratching their heads going, how would the Mail have either the stupidity to print a letter between a daughter and a father? Well, the answer is simple. They knew the family would encourage us not to sue.
We sat down with a lawyer for the institution and senior members of the palace who know this is unlawful. So we have to draw a line. We have to take legal action. Yes, of course. And I would follow up for weeks and weeks and weeks. Hey, what's going on with this? Nothing.
The article in question was from early February 2019, where the Daily Mail published a letter between Meghan and her father that was heavily redacted, sent in the summer of 2018, a few months after her wedding. Besides the fact that the palace had been courting the Mail, didn't want to do anything to mess up their relationship, palace lawyers were a little busy at that time, trying to suppress rumors on Prince William's behalf and to add insult to injury. The argument made by the White Shoe law firm on behalf of Prince William was that not only was this defamatory, also argued that this violated Prince William's human rights, and that is Article 8. I'm sure this is going to shock you. One of the arguments that the Mail would make in court is that because Meghan is a public figure and a member of the British royal family, she does not have the same rights to privacy as laid out in Article 8. So it's never complain, never explain, even when a tabloid does something blatantly illegal. Copyright issue, this is a violation of privacy. We definitely complain and explain and keep our principal in the loop when it has to do with rumors, because he has a right to privacy. I don't care how you feel about these people. This is if you're like, wait, I need a timeline. I got you. In my Substack series, Will's Way, Part 3, within that piece, I take the timeline of Meghan's issue with the Mail. I layer it with the turn-up Toff allegations. And then the final layer are some other things of note that were going on during that time. Spoiler, former Prince Andrew. Also, that Catherine the Great article. This is a culmination of years of research, and I finally found the way to present it. And it's a part of this larger story of what the future King William's reign might look like. Anyway, I hope you check it out. The link is in the bio. I'm running a 10% off paid subscriptions for 1 year. That is going on till December 7th. Support
independent voices or mouthy women that just don't go away. Stay tuned for more.
Thank you so, honestly, so much.
And of course the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American Media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding. I was just part of it, basically. The royals only.
She is. No, she is not. Cynical exploiter of her celebrity. She is not. She is not. The thing is, she has become a lifestyle guru, if you like, which is the most risible of occupations. If you look at Gwyneth Paltrow, she gets the same. She gets the same sort of brickbats, and because people think, well, who are you to tell me how to, make jam or fudge, or whatever. But fair enough. And if people, but there are other people who want to see that, who want to. But they don't. But they do. But they do. Are awful. Spotify had to cancel their podcast halfway through because nobody was listening to it. Well, she's a car crash every single time. I don't think she is a car crash. I think she's a genuine, much maligned woman.
She's certainly much maligned.
So in what sense is she genuine? A genuine what? A genuine.
She's genuinely much maligned.
Genuinely enjoys decorating
yes, she does.
Fellow pastry.
Yes, she does. I mean, there are, you made it understand that I think mostly women enjoy that sort of stuff. And there was Martha Stewart, for heaven's sake. It's very much an American thing. We don't have it here.
Just to slightly drag it back to the matter at hand, which is her desperately ill father. So we played a clip earlier on, but I mean, in the latest offering from Meghan Markle on Netflix, she talks a lot about family, right, and her importance of family and all of this stuff. Well, obviously we hope that he does make a full recovery, but if as the Daily Mail's world exclusive from his son is suggesting, which is that he is in pretty dire straits, now would be the time for reconciliation, wouldn't it?
What do I have to say? I hope he gets better. I hope they kiss and make up. Other than that, Patrick, I'm totally out of ammo on this one. I mean, obviously wish him well. Hope they kiss and make up, but, it is what it is.
Though,
I saw this comment that listed the reasons that they think people hate Meghan. She's a woman, therefore impossible standards. She married in, therefore must perform gratitude. She's American, therefore she doesn't understand the sort of unspoken rules. She left, therefore rejected the gift of being royal. She talks about it, therefore breaks the omerta. In other words, the royal code of silence.
Well, it's the opposite of the Queen's unofficial motto, isn't it? Never complain, never explain. And I think it really shows in their viral nickname, Ginge and Whinge. And that again ties into this UK-US cultural differences.
She's useful, a perfect distraction from Andrew. And there was this comment: the British royal family is famous for PR slaughtering their women, Fergie, Kate and Meghan, when the male chips are down or when, look over there, distracting is needed.
So if you was treated like a king for the day, what would you want me to do for you?
Beg for me, probably.
You'd want me to do what? Beg?
Beg.
Beg? Beg?
B-A-K. Beg.
Bake. Oh, bake! So if you was treated like a king for the day, what would you want me to do for you?
Beg for me, probably.
You'd want me to do what? Beg.
Beg.
Beg?
Beg. B-A-K. Beg.
Bake. Oh, bake! It's your accent. It's a lovely accent.
It's my accent. It's the word "beck," which is weird for a show like this. I can't really say it properly, isn't it?
You do say it properly. Sorry.
So today I'm just like the media woman for Lowry Place Residential Services. So these boys, that's the truck. Everything you got in this truck is gonna be donated, and the rest is gonna go to the dump. So this is what the Lowry Place Residential Services is. So we come to you and remove anything that you do not need in your home. And sometimes we clean apartments where people got evicted due to probably most times because they are ruining, they're devaluing the building with clutter or lots of terrible stuff. And most of the times those people do have mental illness or substance related disorder, so it's like just sick people pretty much. But I hope they get help. Like this person that we went to clean the apartment today at Central.
Continue for 3 miles.
Cathedral Square. So
head east on East 14th Avenue toward Magnolia Street. In a quarter mile, turn left onto Quebec Street.
A few non-profits. We're gonna go to Jesus Save, not Jesus Save, but the Denver Rescue Mission, which is a ministry outreach. So that's one of the Denver Rescue location where we do donate stuff. So it's the ministry outreach over there around the Smith Road, and we're gonna take the rest of stuff to Wellpower on Galapagos Street. That's the mental health center in Denver, and we are also gonna take the rest of stuff to Goodwill. So that's why we want to open our own nonprofit. We already have started everything, so we are just waiting to put the logistics together to open our own thrift store where we're gonna start keeping those stuff, storing them, and give them to people free of charge. So
at the light, turn left onto Quebec Street.
Our sister company, our non-profit, which is called Lowry Residential A Corporation, and this one here is called the Lowry Place Residential.
Continue on Quebec Street for 2 miles.
The name is the same name, but a little bit twisted, you know. So yeah, that's what we are doing here. I'm really not parked well, but I hope nobody hits me, because I tell you, yeah, these little roads in Denver, they're really tiny, and this truck is really huge. It's like a house, you know. Yeah, so now let me focus on my driving, and we'll record a little bit when we do reach the destination where we're gonna take stuff to the dump, and where we're also gonna take stuff to all those different non-profit thrift stores.